Hi friends, Faith here. Thanks for clicking on this video. I'm here to walk you through 10 poses that you can do throughout your day that don't take too much time, and all you need is a little bit of space, a chair, and you can take 5-minute breaks throughout your day to get some gentle movement in. All right, let's get started. So begin sitting in your chair with your spine nice and straight. Begin dropping your right shoulder down towards your right ear and making circles with your neck, dropping your chin towards your chest and rotating up left ear towards your left shoulder, and then slowly rotating your head backwards and continuing the circle as slow as you can, working through any kinks in your neck. And when you reach the bottom, your chin towards your chest, reverse the circle, going the opposite direction. Just nice slow rotations here. Keeping your spine nice and straight. And then continuing on with some half circles, just rotating between both your shoulders. All right, bringing your head back to neutral position, and we'll go back and forth with the neck. So dropping your head back, nice and slow, and then tucking it down towards your chest. All right, and when you're ready, finding a neutral position again. Pose number 2, bringing your hands onto your thighs. We'll move through seated cat-cow. So inhale, drop your head back, lift your chest up, and on the exhale, round your spine, drop your chin down towards your chest, and reverse the movement. Inhale, lift your chest, head goes back, and exhale, round the spine, chin towards your chest. And continue flowing between these two movements at your own pace. Really stretching through the back body, creating space in the chest on the inhale, and using your hands for some traction here. Option 2, extend your arms out with cactus arms, so your arms are at a 90-degree angle, and continuing the cat and cow. So on the inhale, lifting your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and on your exhale, slightly bringing the elbows in towards each other, rounding the spine, and continuing the movements here. This cactus arm variation is perfect to open up the shoulders, especially if you've been hunched over at a desk or sitting throughout the day, maybe typing. This can work to counteract that posture. So another arm variation for the cat and cow position are cactus arms, so crossing at the elbows, one elbow under the other, and wrapping your hands around till your palms reach together, and then continuing with the cat and cow position. So inhale, reaching back, lifting your chest, elbows lifting off your chest slightly, and exhale, rounding your spine. Your elbows will come down towards your belly button, and continuing there, using your breath to guide this movement. When you feel complete on that side, unravel your arms and rotate the stack of your elbows, switching the other elbow is on top of the opposite one, and crossing at the wrists if that's available to you, and continuing the cat and cow movement, inhaling to lift your chest and exhaling to round your spine. This arm variation helps to stretch out the upper back. If your shoulder blades are feeling tight, this is a great one to do. And to release this pose, unravel your arms and float your arms out to the side, and I'll meet you in our third pose. Sitting tall in your chair, extend one leg out in front of you and begin to point and flex your toes a few times. Using your core muscles and squeezing your thigh to keep your leg up. And then lowering that leg, switching feet, bringing your opposite foot up and pointing and flexing that foot. Lowering that leg and then extending both legs out in front of you. Point and flex your toes a few times, again using your core muscles, squeezing your thighs. Inhale, your arms come up and overhead, big stretch, and exhale, lower them back down and lower your feet to the ground. Extend one leg out in front of you, keeping your toes pointed up towards the sky, bringing your arms up over your head, and slightly hinging at the hips, keeping your spine nice and straight until you feel a stretch, and then coming back to a neutral position, switching legs, and hinging at your hips, slightly folding over as much as you can, keeping a straight spine and coming back to a neutral position. Pose number 4 is seated pigeon. So both knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, one foot planted on the ground and the other ankle is placed on top of your knee. And begin to gently forward fold as much as you can. It doesn't look like much here, keeping a straight spine and then coming back up to a neutral position, planting both feet on the ground and then switching sides so the other ankle will cross over onto your opposite knee. And just gently bending forward, keeping your spine nice and straight, reaching through the crown of your head, keeping your shoulders rolled back. Your hips might feel extra tight if you've been sitting for a long time, but it is very beneficial to practice this one. It stretches out your lower back and opens up your hip joint. Spend as much time as you need in this pose, just breathing into where your body needs it most right now. Pose number 5 is seated side bends. So inhale, reach one arm up and overhead and reaching your fingertips towards the opposite direction, stretching through your side body and coming back to neutral position, rotating sides. Inhale the opposite arm up, following through your fingertips overhead and then crossing over to the other side, stretching through your side body, opening up the intercostal muscles, and continue flowing, reversing each side, moving with your breath. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, back to a neutral position. Pose number 6, bringing your hands, placing them on each shoulder, and then drawing big circles with your elbows as you bring your both shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then bringing the elbows forward, drawing a few circles in this direction, and then switching. Continue breathing through these movements, going as slow as you can, drawing nice big circles, stretching out through the shoulders, opening up your chest. And when you're ready, switching the movement to lateral squeezes, so bringing your shoulder blades back together, squeezing the elbows closer, and then rotating them forward, bringing your elbows close together to touch in front of you, and moving at your own pace. And continue flowing until you feel complete. For pose number 7, stand up out of your chair and we'll use it as a footrest. So standing about a leg's distance away from your chair, resting your heel on the edge of your chair, keeping a slight bend in both knees. Inhale, your arms come up and overhead, and then hinging at your hips, folding over top of your leg, keeping your spine straight. And then switching legs, planting your other heel on the edge of your chair and hinging at your hips, keeping your spine nice and straight, feeling the stretch in the back of your leg. Feel free to repeat this movement as many times as you need. All right, pose number 8, standing back bend. So planting both feet firmly on the ground, inhaling both arms come up and overhead, and bending through the lower back, opening up the chest, tilting your head back as much as you're comfortable with, gazing up towards your fingers. Slowly coming back to a neutral spine, lowering the arms. We'll try another arm variation, bringing the arms up and overhead, and lowering the elbows to 90-degree angles to your cactus arms, and then leaning back, lifting the chest, coming to a slight back bend. Number 9, planting your feet underneath your hips. Inhale, your arms come up and overhead, and we'll sink back into chair pose, bringing your hands towards heart center, palms together to touch, and standing back up straight, arms come up and overhead, and then sinking back down into your chair pose. Flowing between these two movements as many times as you feel comfortable with. This is a nice pose to wake up your legs, get some blood flowing in your body, strengthening the leg muscles. And when you're ready to change it up on your next chair pose, release your upper body to a forward fold Allow your upper body to hang over top of your legs, and then to come back up, slowly reverse the position, bending into your knees and standing back up with a straight spine. All right, we'll do that again as many times as you need. Bring your arms up and overhead, sink back into chair pose, and then release to your forward fold, allowing your upper body to hang heavy on your legs. Bending into your knees to come back up, standing up with a straight spine. For the 10th pose is a nice forward fold, so inhaling, the arms come up and overhead, and slowly diving forward and allowing yourself to hang out in this forward fold position for a little longer, clasping your arms behind your knees to get a little more traction, keeping your belly planted on top of your thighs so you don't round your upper spine too much, allowing your head to hang heavy, bending into the knees as much as you need to keep the lower back flat, and hanging out here as long as you need. And when you're ready to come up, slowly bending into both knees and rolling up one vertebrae at a time, starting with your lower back until you reach your neck and your head comes up last. Swooping your arms up and overhead, big stretch, slightly bending back, and bring your arms down to your side. Thank you for flowing with faith. I hope these 10 poses can help you stretch out your body throughout the day and give your brain a little break. We'll see you next time.